Morning, everybody. It's bright, it's early, it's Father's Day. I have a very small window to record these episodes because it is just a war zone over at my house. I love every second. I love the dust. I love the asbestos. I love the mechanics. I love the fumes. I love the camaraderie. I love construction. And if that makes me a bad person, let's start this over again. Terrible intro. No, you know what? I'm just going to let it roll. It's a clunky liftoff. It's like Spirit Airlines, but like we're going to make it to the destination. Where is the destination? I don't know. Planned Parenthood. Anyways, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling sprightly. It's Father's Day, and, you know, in typical Schimmel-Haas fashion, how are we celebrating? I've chucked my child off, and Andrew is, wait for it, golfing with my dad and my brother-in-law. Now, here's the good news. There was a wildly national, catastrophic, extremely contaminated warehouse fire in downtown LA. Governor there we go. The Gavinator. Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency because of all the toxic chemicals that were in this warehouse that became ablaze last night, or maybe it was like a few days ago. Words, the brain and the mouth are not connected at all. Like moving forward, we're just going to have to turn a blind eye because it's getting a little hooked on phonics. When I listen back to me speaking, like my sister asked me what I had for lunch yesterday, and meals are my life. And when I tell you it took me 13 minutes to recollect what I had for lunch, I could not fucking remember. Mom brain, mama bear, get her a crossbody bag and a French tip. I'm just a mama. Kill me. It's not like things aren't connected. But anyways, back to the wildfire. So there was this really big fire in downtown LA. And apparently the smoke and the chemicals and the contaminants have been lingering in the air. And they finally made their way to my little slice of suburban heaven. So the air quality, no bueno. And I said to Andrew this morning, I'm like, are you still going to go golfing? Because like it smells terrible outside. It's hazy. It's got that Southern California fire stank to the air, okay? Chemicals, contaminants, danger. Andrew's like, yeah, we're still going to golf. And I'm like, well, breathe deeply, okay? Put your whole back into it. His life insurance policy is probably not where it needs to be. It's good, but it's not great. It's not good enough to sustain me through single motherhood. You know, so we probably would need to up that, and also this backyard renovation. I mean, it's just not going to cut it. The good news is that he's signing a new publishing deal soon. So if I can get him just to live without contracting like a wild respiratory disease that's going to take him out for like at least another year, then he'll be in his new publishing deal. I believe I would get the royalties if he went night-night. And then we up his insurance policy. And then John Mayer will be shitting on my tits in T-minus, I don't know, like 7 months post Shiva. Think about the downloads. I tell Andrew all the time, I'm like, listen, if anyone knows how to make lemonade out of moldy lemons, it's this bitch. So don't fuck with me. What was I saying? Yeah, Andrew's out on the open green and I'm here alone talking shit into a microphone, popping Pepsid like they're Tic Tacs. Everything is going great. I had a bit of a mini meltdown earlier last week because of outdoor furniture. This is the relatability portion of the show. So if we could just give it a little jingle. Relatability with Jackie. Woo! First of all, I did a really heinous call to action on Instagram a couple days ago in a dark place. Like my mind isn't right. Hormones, okay? And I look to camera and I just like to clarify, if I'm speaking into camera on Instagram and not being paid, it's a rough day for Jackie Schimmel. It feels very like vulnerable and connected and engaged. And I'm just like not that kind of girl. If I'm doing it in public, you'll never see that actually. You will never, wait a second. If I'm at a restaurant or a shop or out al fresco, you will never, unless I am in a very protected space or being paid, You will never see me talking into a camera in public. There is nothing more embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to do it in my car with tinted windows in a parking lot and someone gets into their car next to me and then I look over and then we make eye contact and I feel like a fucking loser. So you're never going to see it. But in a moment of desperation, I hopped on the old godforsaken platform that is Instagram and I was like, where are we buying outdoor furniture, girlies? To which I would say the rebuttal from within would be, Google it, you dumb cunt. But I have Googled it, and it's just, it wasn't slapping. I didn't want to do that much work. So, of course, I get an influx of DMs. Some of the top recommendations, Costco, Cost Plus World Market, and Alibaba. And to those women at home, I say, I support you and your shopping excursions. However, I encourage you to take pause, read the temperature of the room, and pivot accordingly. I am under no circumstances buying restoration hardware dupes on DHgate. I don't care that your aluminum, Mykonos lounge chair turned out perfectly, okay, and you had to wait 7 months. And a little Lysol. We're not doing that. I'm desperate, but I'm not that desperate. Okay. I'm not even a little bit. So I immediately regretted that decision. My designer sent me a bunch of different designers, furniture designers that she loves. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. This is totally my vibe. So I click on the first one and the prices aren't listed. And I'm kind of just looking through and I'm picking my selections. And she's like, yeah, I get trade pricing. I'm like, cool, sick, vibes, chill. Yeah. And I found this gorgeous outdoor sofa. And granted, we've expanded the pool deck. So I have to buy, we're not talking about 2 lounge chairs and a little fringe umbrella, okay? Cost Plus World Market. I'm not getting a porch swing and a woven ottoman. What in the boho bitch fuck are you thinking that I'm gonna buy a sensible Tulum adjacent crochet chair? Are you out of your fucking mind? Undersized. No, it's not happening, okay? I don't want a rattan love seat. I've got furniture to buy. What was I saying? All right. So I go through this little catalog and I'm picking. I'm like, oh, cute, vibe, chic, Parisian. And I send it to my designer and I'm like, what's the pricing on this? The first sofa that I picked was $28,000. It's a 3-seater sofa. It was $28,000, 850. 28,850. Now I'm living with a domestic terrorist, okay, who's approaching 3 years old. Al-Qaeda, I wouldn't even let Al-Qaeda breathe on that fucking sofa. I'm like, this is not, and I need 2 of them. So if you crunch those numbers, we're talking about nearly $60,000 for 2 fucking sofas by a fireplace. I don't think so. That's not happening. I'm like, love you, but quite literally never. So I go back to the drawing board. Everything that I'm picking out is upwards of $20,000. By the way, this is not a call to action. I figured it out. So don't try, somebody that, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I need a straightforward order, warranty, delivery, white glove, cushion with a pipe. I know exactly what I want. And I found it after blood, sweat, and tears. We're mixing and we're matching. I really went through kind of a metamorphosis a la Hillary Duff while I was looking for outdoor furniture, and I lowered my expectations for what I can actually afford. And is this Versailles? No, of course not. We're not buying that expensive of furniture. I don't want to panic every time somebody sits down. This is a party house. I don't want to be the person that's polishing teak wood and with a little spritz bottle being like, it's fine. No, it's fine. No red wine outside. We're not doing that. I don't like that vibe. I don't like that energy. I hate a nervous host. There's nothing worse. You never want to go to someone's house where they're like, coaster, the coaster police, the coaster Gestapo. No, don't do it. I love a little patina. Call me crazy. Call me wild. I'm a patina princess. Anyways, we went back to the drawing board and I was just hyper fixating on color palette and materials. And I get a little tray and then I'm going to all the different stores and I'm acquiring samples and I'm putting it together like I'm fucking budget Kelly Horsler. Okay. And I think, am I a rattan person? Am I an all weather wicker person? You know, in my Nancy Meyers fever dream, I have natural sunbrella cushions with a very, you know, kind of white oak adjacent all weather wicker sofas. I'm not an aluminum RH girl. I went to Restoration Hardware. I think it's beautiful and solid furniture. It's too low and too bulky for me, and the white is too white and the black is too black. Does that make sense? It's too stark. It's a little too Hollywood Regency Rico Suave Miami for what I'm trying to attain in the backyard. I'm going for something that is classic, hotel-ish, but like a boutique hotel, not too Martin Lawrence Bullard. Like, we're not getting too crazy. I don't want it to be too like glam. I don't want it to be too rustic. I need to go with the vibe of my home and I need to extend my interior preferences into the exterior, and I needed to just dial back. You know, I was thinking like I'm going to do mixed outdoor Missoni pillows. That's too Miami. That's not what we're dealing with here. I want it to be warm but classic with touches of jacquees. So the color palette is and always will be for me interior and exterior. Everybody has dropped off. I have literally lost every listener at this point. But if you're one of three who's interested in exterior renovations, stick with me. The color palette is and always will be creamy white, soft black, green, like an emerald, muted, whatever your version of a pretty green is, okay? Like a soft emeraldy green and a pale mauvey fleshy pink with brass accents. And that's kind of all I can give you. So when I really sat down and I started sniffing and dry humping the outdoor furniture and I went to an array of 7 million different places, I was like, I want to be a wicker hydrangea girl, but I'm more of a iron, brass finial, patterned fabric, green honed soapstone. I would say a Parisian old, like something that's just classic, okay? I'm doing an outdoor dark, almost black, green, and travertine checkerboard floor. I'm doing a fireplace with stacked like a creamy stone. Inside the fireplace, I'm doing pink, like herringbone, kind of like what you would do with brick inside a fireplace, but I'm doing that with just like some fire safe tiles. And then I'm doing a built-in bench in front of the fireplace with my residual honed green soapstone. So it's all very creamy and soft. And then for that vignette, I'm doing aluminum, kind of like old Beverly Hills style, deep sofa, 2 chairs, and I'm going to try to find like a vintage table. And then for my lounge chair section, okay, it feels good to talk it out loud. I am doing an all-weather type of a wicker, but it's not plasticky wicker. It's like woody wicker, and it's very benign and soft. And then for my dining area, I'm going to do kind of these like dusty pink with little piping, like white piping, iron chairs, and a travertine round table. I've switched out all of the outdoor light fixtures to unlacquered brass lanterns, hanging lanterns, which I hope will patina into a soft green over time. And then I bought this amazing vintage Missoni fabric that's all soft pastels, kind of like looks like a pastel flame. So we're not going like Rico Suave, like bright oranges and reds. It's very like soft sage green, soft pink, soft blue, soft black, kind of like just like a cool kind of flamey pattern that I'm going to do big lumber pillows for built-in day beds. And then I'm going to use the same fabric from the dining chairs on the day beds with the similar piping. And your testicles aren't ready for this. And I love, oh my God, he'll never hear this, but I just love Andrew so much because he just fucking goes with my program. I'm like, this is the color palette. I'm like, soft pink dining chairs. He's like, yeah, I love that. Does he actually love it? We'll never know. He has co-signed so hard on my tastes in life. He is a directionless man that has found me, and I am his compass to all things, which I find very irritating most of the time when he calls me and he's like, what should I have for lunch? Like, I mean, he calls me 15 times a day and he can't make a decision without me, but I feel like it's actually, in most cases, really works to my benefit because he has little to no opinions and everything I like, he just co-signs on. So I get to live my best life with like little to no sacrifices, despite the fact that he is now a sports enthusiast. I'm like, are we getting a job at ESPN? What's happening? Andrew is good at many things, okay? But shopping is not one of them. I still get nightmares about the Versace sunglasses that he bought himself last summer. But anyways, shopping, not his forte, okay? He still wears the same pairs of pants from 1997, and it makes me irrationally angry. But luckily, we have a solution, everybody. Jack Archer's Jet Setter Tech Pant, okay, is the everyday pant made to look polished, feel comfortable, and work across every part of your day. Instead of needing different pants for work, travel, weekends, the Jet Setter Tech Pant is designed to do more with one pair. They're built for the office, golf course, date nights, everything in between. They're made with flexible fabric you can stay comfortable and put together, whether you're sitting at a desk, walking through an airport, or headed out to dinner. They're also wrinkle resistant, stain repellent, and machine washable, okay? I bought Andrew 700 pairs of these because I was like, we need to like update the formula. It's not working anymore, okay? And he's obsessed with them. And I can like live knowing that my husband doesn't look like a full-blown freak of nature, okay? We love Jack Archer. Right now, Jack Archer is offering our listeners 15% off your first order with promo code GETJACK. Go to jackarcher.com, use promo code GETJACK for 15% off your first order, and see why thousands of people have given the Jet Setter Tech Pant 5 stars. That's jackarcher.com, promo code GETJACK for 15% off your first order. Now that demon seed number 2 is on the way, sleep is more important than ever. There are so many rules about how to sleep when you're pregnant. It's already impossible to get comfortable. So the last thing I wanted to deal with was an old, uncomfortable mattress. A while ago, we upgraded our guest bedroom to a Lisa mattress. And as soon as we tested it, I got the exact same one for our bedroom. I love this mattress so much. The materials are high quality. It's designed for full body support. It's built to last. And now I swear to God, since getting this new mattress, I unwind easier. I sleep deeper. Lisa mattresses are made in the United States. They offer free shipping, have easy returns, and give you a 120-night sleep trial. They've also been tested and awarded the best hybrid mattress by New York Times Wirecutter. Listen, the proof is in the pudding, okay? It's the best mattress that I've owned. Go to lisa.com for 30% off mattresses, plus get an extra $50 off with promo code BIBLE, exclusive for my listeners. That's LEESA.com. Promo code BIBLE for 30% off mattresses, plus an extra $50 off. Support our show. Let them know that we sent you after checkout. That's lisa.com, promo code BIBLE. 2 things. First, no, just one thing, actually, because I can't think of the second. Mom brain. Literally shoot me up the asshole. Shoot me up the asshole. I hope the bullet comes out of my throat, and then I swallow it again, and then it comes out of my vagina, and then I drop dead and bleed out on my checkerboard floors. Andrew has joined an adult basketball league. If you'd like to sit with that for a second, I know I would. Saying it out loud stings a little bit. One more time. My husband, Andrew, has joined an adult basketball league that can only be described as Special Olympics adjacent, okay? With a bunch of old dads just trying not to tear their ACL, okay? Huffing and puffing down a Calabasas rec center basketball court. And he has invited me to all of the games, to which I politely decline no, because I want to still love you in the morning. Now, news to me. Apparently, Andrew's the best one on the team. And I've heard this from many outside sources because I met his bros. I met the team and they're like, Andrew's the best one. And I'm like, wow, the bar have be low. Andrew comes home. First of all, his last week game, 9:30 p.m. He's like, yeah, it's the only slot we could get at the rec center. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? He's like, you should come. I said, Andrew, you think I'm going to hire a fucking babysitter, hold off on my Unisom? I'm fully laid out by 9:30 p.m. You think I'm going to, on a Tuesday, shove my fat ass into a sensible legging and a sweatshirt with a pom-pom and go to the Calabasas Rec Center and watch you dumb fucks run up and down a basketball court like a bunch of bow-legged pear-shaped losers at 9:30 p.m. and watch my man score a sad little basket and hire a babysitter and they say, oh, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to go watch my husband's basketball game. In what fucking world is it is 19 minutes, not one break, not a breath, not a pause, not a sip of fucking water. Do better. I get really worked up when I see these podcasters with all their fucking edits and all their fucking guests and all their fucking lights and all their fucking production. And I am here talking about tiles and the Special Olympics. I am going to take a sip of water. Hold on. Hydration is my life. So the moral of that story is that I will not be going to any of Andrew's late basketball games, but there is one coming up at 6:30. And I feel like it would be kind of the perfect opportunity for me to get some of my internal rage out on him. I am going to stand up and first of all, it's such a shame that I can't drink, because if I could toss back a couple teenies and then roll through to the fucking game like Brittany Snow and John Tucker Must Die and stand up there and be like, Andrew, what the fuck? And just start screaming every time he misses a basket, or like, pass it to Andrew, you so, like heckling him. That would be really, really fun for me. And I am going to kick it up a couple notches. So I'm definitely going to go. I will be stone cold sober, which will be a loss for the community, but I'm going to go and I'm going to make posters and I'm going to wear a shirt with his face on it. And maybe I'll be able to do a halftime performance. I think I could use the opportunity, the halftime performance opportunity, to hawk what could potentially be the best night of my life, which would be a Leo season Dim the Lights show at my local community center where I had my bat mitzvah, which I think might be coming together. A soft tease, if you will. I think it might actually be happening. And then I thought, oh my God, when something sounds so fun in theory and so funny, and then you bamboozle like your whole team to like get on board and think it's a great idea, but deep down it's like a kind of a terrible idea, but you're in too deep and you've pumped it up too hard and now you're talking about it on a podcast again. You've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. And you really do. I mean, it would be hilarious to have a faux charity function that directly benefits my outdoor furniture accounts. And then we do like a silent auction. I was thinking about this in the shower. What if I did a charitable wink wink silent auction where I auction off the phone that I threw at Andrew 10 years ago, which would be unbelievable. I mean, that would have to go for bare minimum starting bid $500. It is the iPhone that I literally threw and hit a door frame when I thought that Andrew was going to propose to me. And then he went to our friend John's house and called an Uber, and then the Uber canceled on him. And then he decided to walk to our apartment from on Malibu Canyon, and with a dead phone, could have died, and then stopped off at a McDonald's and got me breakfast, and I had to use their phone to call a cab, and then rolled through at 6 a.m. in the morning with a Egg McMuffin, thinking that he was Casanova, and I thought he was dead on the side of the road. And then I threw a phone at him, and then I broke my phone, and then I made him buy me a new phone, and it was all just like not a great night for me, but I've kept the phone for so long because it is an artifact of our romance, but one that I'm totally willing to part with if it could get me just like 4 more square feet of marble tile. Like history gone, And then I thought I could also auction off the dress that I wear in the podcast artwork. It is a Gucci Tom Ford vintage dress that I tried to put on my body a couple months ago post gestation. I was like, I could fucking figure this out if I triple Spanx it. I could wear it as a top with like a leather legging. No, completely busted the seam, but I think it would be a great auction piece. I could probably find some other things too that we could auction off, but I think it might be actually happening, and it will be very limited seating. And I don't know. I just don't know. I think it will be hilarious, or it's never going to happen, and we could just forget we even had this conversation. I shouldn't have made a Special Olympics joke. That's in poor taste. But I am poor and I have excellent taste. So here we are. Happy Leo season. It's not yet. We still have some time to go. But I'm just warming up. I warned you last week. This is a warm up. And honestly, I apologize to the Special Olympics because I should not disparage their athleticism and compare it to Andrew, my pear-shaped husband, shuffling down the basketball court. I mean, when you think about the chafing of those thighs, talk about a wildfire, okay? Put some gasoline in between those thighs and light a match, and we're all burning to the fucking ground. It's unbelievable. Like, there's absolutely, like, his leg touches all the way to the ankle, okay? And me and him started working out together. He came to my trainer with me on Thursday because, in case you didn't realize, I've turned my pregnancy into a fitness program. I've been working out. I'm trying to keep it tight and right because let me tell you, after I push this fucking baby out, I want tapeworms, I want parasites, I want shots. I might start getting experimental, okay? Like, I'm doing all the things because I want to be really, really hot, really, really fast. So I'm trying to just like train for it. The fact that I literally woke up 2 days ago and I was like, oh my God, I'm halfway. And I was so excited about that. And then I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm only halfway. I have so long to go. And I would drink the vodka out of a bedpan. I would drink the vodka. I yearned for it. I think about it. I have to fast forward when I see people drinking like ice cold martinis on television because I start getting a taste for it. And it's not easy. It's just not easy. It was cute. I was like, yay, pregnant. Now I'm like now I'm like, okay, can we wrap this up? I keep saying it to Andrew. It's a terrible thing to say, but I'm like, I feel like I have nothing to look forward to. And he's like, that's the spirit. That's the mama bear spirit. Wait, switching gears very quickly. Can I tell you the craziest thing? Also, like, would it kill me to brush my hair? No, not on God's day. We don't care. So last night, Andrew and I were laying in bed watching, oh my God, so tragic. I finished Summer House. I've rewatched almost every single Real Housewives franchise to a degree that is unsettling. And when all else fails, I kick at New York. But I have run through New York in its entirety so many times. And I always stop at the season before they did the whole recast, before Jenna Lyons and etc. So that last season, Ebony K. Williams was on, Leah McSweeney, Sonia, Ramonia, shall I say, Luann. It's like kind of mid-pandemic, and it's the season that was the nail in the coffin. It's the worst season. It's so terrible for so many ways. On one hand, I think Ebony land the plane, Jackie. Ebony K. Williams would have been a good contribution to the show, especially given, you know, the Ramona of it all, and like being able to kind of educate the audience, expand horizons, provide some type of insight into the, you know, the political social climate of that time with Black Lives Matter, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that it would have actually been really impactful, but because there was two oppositions, Ramona and co were coming in trying to make Roni, and a little dismissive of Ebony's agenda. And on the other hand, I think Ebony's agenda was also not a right fit for this platform. Like, it could have been done in a way that was powerful, but also, and it's not her responsibility to, you know, make reality digestible for dumb white bitches, but I feel like it would have gotten a better platform and it would have been delivered, like the mission statement would have really been absorbed better in a different vessel, which is terrible to say because like I'm not gonna be some white girl behind a microphone like telling Ebony how to tell her story. It's just it wasn't the right fit for it was something that needed to be shared with the audience, but on Roni, it didn't work. Okay. It's a painful season. It also is traumatizing because it brings you back to COVID. It brings you back to all of those tense moments. And it's just maybe the worst season of Real Housewives of all franchises ever for no particular reason, but a lot of particular reasons. You know what I mean? So I was watching that. I was so bummed. I'm like, we got to kick it back season 1. I mean, I could recite it backwards and forwards at this time, but I need something. I watched Off Campus and I have to be delicate because Andrew is doing a musical project for Off Campus right now. Do I have to be careful? No. Okay, I'm a solo entity. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Fuck him and fuck Off Campus. Everyone is obsessed with it. My girlfriends are like, you have to watch Off Campus. Oh my God, it like reminds me of being in college. Well, joke's on them. I didn't fucking go to college. I watched it. I made it through every episode. I haven't watched the finale yet. You know why? Because I don't care. And I'm looking at all of you fuckers at home who are so obsessed with this show. It is the dorkiest dork show that I've ever seen in my life. It ain't hot. Okay. The music supervision needs a little work. It is as cheese dick gets. And Graham, is it Garrett Graham? I don't care. The main character, the hockey player, okay? There was a clip that went viral weeks ago, always late to the party, of him dancing at a Kid Laroi concert, and everyone was like, ick or no ick. When he had me, I don't mind a man with sauce who knows how to move his hips, okay, in a Diane Keaton all-white outfit, if I remember correctly. Is he wearing a cable knit sweater? He looks like he crawled out of Montauk, okay, with a Nancy Meyers, like a Hans Zimmer score, like he's collecting shells with Diane Keaton at the beach with a white wine and a linguine and clams, okay? But the white on white, whatever, I'll get past it, okay? When he lifts his cable knit Nantucket sweater to show off abs while he's dancing and doing, and I understand the dance is from the off-campus show. He's being cheeky. I love a man with sauce. I don't like that sauce. Why are you showing us your pectoral muscles? Like, dim the lights, okay? What are you doing? It's just, you know what it is? It's not that it's cocky. It's basking in it too much. You know what I mean? It's like loving it a little too much. It's a little too lights, camera, action for me. I'm not attracted to men like that. I'm really not. I just, it's not that it gave me the ick. See, now I'm being like pick me girl because I'm like, it's not that it gave me ick and I'm trying to like really, you know, highbrow intellectualize why I don't want to fuck him anymore after watching that video. The truth is this. Any dude that's like chomping at the bit to get in front of a camera at a Kid Laroi concert in a winter white like Diane Keaton, unfuckable to me. Sorry. That's my truth. It wasn't that I was icked. It's that my vagina half inverted and it's a no-go for me. I am knee deep in my backyard reno, which means I'm spending my days in the depths of Sun Valley searching for the perfect travertine, okay? I've been coming home sweaty, sunburnt, covered in dirt, and like a true working woman, my skin was feeling not great, okay? Which is when I realized I needed to step up my skincare. I started using Osea's Hyaluronic Body Serum. It is a weightless gel serum powered by 5 molecular weights of hyaluronic acid to deliver deep multi-layer hydration for the body. Okay. I started using it like right after my evening lukewarm bath. Okay. Before putting on lotion. And I'm telling you, I have used this product far before they became a sponsor of this podcast. I love these products. I have very sensitive skin and I hate anything sticky with a weird scent. I'm so picky. I love this product. If you've tried it, you already know. Okay. You have to get the Osea Hyaluronic Body Serum. It is the best. It delivers instant hydration to your skin. It's cooling. It's refreshing. It's weightless. It's hydrating. It has aloe. It just like plumps your skin up and gives you like the most beautiful, non-tacky, sticky hydration. It's incredible. Osea's Hyaluronic Body Serum is multi-layer hyaluronic powered hydration for the entire body. Right now, we have a special discount just for you. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code Jackie at OseaMalibu.com. That's code Jackie at OSEAMalibu.com. Okay, as much as I love mealtime, there's one thing I love more, and that's me time, baby, okay? Especially with baby number 2 on the way, mealtime is about to get so much more complicated. There are so many feeding stages and so many options out there that just do not meet the standards you want for your little demon seeds. Luckily, I found Little Spoon, so I can spend less time cooking, more time rotting on my couch, martini in hand, watching Roni, okay? Little Spoon is the one trusted place to shop meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids, all made with real ingredients without having to rethink every choice or lower your standards at each developmental milestone, okay? Little Spoon also now has organic infant formula for those first bottles. Then you can move into baby cereal, baby blends when solids begin. Like, I am so happy I know about this now. I found Little Spoon like after I was tits deep in making my own purees, and then I was like, what am I doing? And I'm so happy that I know that I have them in the future. Feeding the kids does not have to be complicated. Little Spoon makes it easy with real nutritionally balanced meals and snacks designed for every stage. It shows up ready to go, takes the pressure off, and somehow still gets devoured, veggies and all. No artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners either. And you know what? That is a win I will take every time. Get 30% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/Bible with code Bible. That's littlespoon.com/Bible with code Bible for 30% off your first order. Anyways, what was I saying? Like, we'll never know. I'm laying in bed with Andrew. We were watching The Campaign, which is, you know, a classic. And whatever happened to Zach Galifianakis? Is he still out there working? A comedic great. Bring him back. You know, they don't make movies like The Campaign anymore. They don't make movies like Step Brothers anymore. It's too fucking good. So we're watching a movie. Our neighbors were having a wedding last night, and they very politely obliged with curfew, thank God. But it was like 9:55 and we were like here in the base, and I was just thinking the whole time, if I just had 1.5 martinis, okay, I would go out in my robe and I would crash that fucking wedding. You know what I mean? Like, if I was just slightly more saucy and frisky, like, I would be there, okay? 'Cause they were playing the hits. I could hear everything. And I said to Andrew, because I had just popped my Unisom, and I said, I better be hearing the croons of Donna Summer soon. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, you know, like The Last Dance, like, wrap it up. It's The Last Dance. He's like, what song is that? I said, Andrew, are you on Quaaludes? Donna Summer, The Last Dance, the song that they play at the end of every hokey bar and bat mitzvah, cheese dick wedding. Like, that. What do you mean? It's the grand finale of the music journey of any type of an event ever. He's like, I've never heard of that song. I said, Andrew, you've heard of every fucking song. You know every song that's ever been created. You know, like, a jazz player from 1932's funeral hymn that he recorded by way of carrier pigeon. You know everything about music. You're like a weird August Rush savant, but you don't know Donna Summer's Last Dance? He says, I swear to God, I've never heard of that song in my life. I said, yes, you have. You're a fucktard. My words exactly. And I get on my phone, no edits, and I play The Last Dance. And it's the slow intro. Last chance for love. Yes, it's my. And he's like, I don't know the song. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's skip to the chorus. I skip to the chorus. He goes, Jackie, I've never heard this song in my entire life. I said, have you ever left the house? That's like saying you don't know September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's like saying you don't know the YMCA. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece of a song. I'm just saying, have you never heard this song? I said, have you ever been to a wedding, a bar, bat mitzvah? And he's like, I didn't go to many weddings growing up. I think I was only at one or two. I was like, well, okay. Well, what was happening at those weddings besides cousins tickling each other in a cash bar? You never heard Donna Summer? What the fuck are you talking about? He has never heard of that song. I can't get over it. I've told 14 people, okay? It's not even lunchtime. I've told 14 people. I'm like, do you know that my husband is a musician, a music producer, a songwriter, and has never heard Donna Summer's Last Dance? Like, did you grow up in the Amish countryside or a kibbutz? What are you talking? I can't fucking get over it. It's like blowing my mind. Okay, speaking of parties and celebrations, Clyde is turning 3 at the end of July. And we're keeping on the tradition. We are taking him to the Thomas Rhett Niall Horan concert. They are co-headlining a stadium tour just for 2 shows. And one of them is right before Clyde's birthday. So we're going to fly to Nashville. We're going to take him to the concert. Also, don't rob my house because I have a friend staying here. So it's just like it's not going to be it for you. And we protect ourselves in this house. Okay. Do you get what I'm saying? Wink, wink. Put it on Reddit. And so we're taking him to the concert. He's so excited. He has demanded the same outfit for 3.5 months. He wants to wear a sparkly rock star jacket. This is my son. This is my son. This is my son. Can I tell you, he's obsessed with Billie Jean. He's obsessed with Michael Jackson. We're going to get into that in a second. But he loves sparkles. I listen, I've been pushing for homosexuality for so long, and everyone said it was dead in the water, and there's a 0% chance that Clyde could be a homosexual despite all of my efforts. And it's looking really, really slim. But I will say that one triumph on my behalf is that the man loves an embellishment. Okay. So he goes into my closet a couple weeks ago and he picks out, unsolicited, the most expensive article of clothing that I own, which is a crocodile Gucci runway lady jacket. Okay. It's literal crocodile. Okay. This is before I was poor. Okay. BP. I was skinny and rich. Now I'm fat. I am poor. What is it? Ugly, fat, poor, bald. But before I was all of those things, I used to have lots of expendable income and so thin. And those were the glory days. And luckily, I have souvenirs to just remember those beautiful times. And he walks into my closet and he finds this crocodile jacket and he goes, this is mommy's rock star jacket. I looked him dead in the eye. I said, you're damn fucking right it is. Look, no touch. Okay. Do not touch. And he said, I want a rock star jacket too. I said, okay. He goes like Billie Jean because he loves watching the Motown performance of Billie Jean where he is in just the most gorgeous sparkly jacket, sparkle shirt, sparkle socks, sparkle glove. And Clyde is like obsessed with it. Okay. We've watched it 1,400 times. So he wants to wear a sparkly rock star jacket, a backwards hat, a white t-shirt, blue jeans, and brown cowboy boots. A little, we're mixing and matching genres, but I like the high-low element of like an embellishment with a boot. I feel like we're kind of checking off every box, and it's either going to be the cutest thing ever or a total disaster. And all he keeps saying is, I want to see Niall Horan and give him big hugs and kisses. And I was like, Niall better watch his fucking back because my son's going to try to slip him the tongue. It's so cute. He's like enamored with both of them because Andrew has worked closely with both of them. So he's like aware that Andrew writes music for them and he knows all the songs and he's watched the performances and he's like so fucking into it. And Andrew was in Nashville. Now we're just like getting on a wholesome tangent. Andrew was in Nashville like a month ago and he was working with Thomas Rhett and they FaceTimed Clyde. And when I tell you, talk about a star fucker, Clyde couldn't believe that Thomas Rhett was FaceTiming him. He's like in his pajamas having waffles and he just went like gasped, couldn't understand that the guy on the TV and the guy from the concert was calling him and talking. It was like, it blew his fucking mind. He's told everybody. So it's going to be really, really cute. But in the off chance that we weren't able to facilitate this concert fiasco, I was like, what would Clyde love for his birthday? And the truth is that Clyde would love a Michael Jackson impersonator. So I started like soft planning this birthday party a few weeks ago because I'm like, maybe we'll do something We can't do anything in our yard, although it is a dream. I mean, Clyde with those tractors, if there weren't like open pipes and terrain and just like it wasn't an extremely dangerous situation, it would be a little boy dream party because there's just like tractors and dirt and like rocks and mess and all of the things. But I was talking to my sister about it. I'm like, what if I went on Craigslist? This is already getting a little CPS Megan's Law, but I'm like, what if I got a Michael Jackson impersonator? Okay, we did teppanyaki in the backyard, which wouldn't be able to, or at the front yard maybe. And then I got a Michael Jackson impersonator to come and perform just like the greatest hits for 30 minutes. And we could have some of his friends from school and this, that, the other thing. My sister's like, do you think it's weird to have a Michael Jackson impersonator at a kid's party? I was like, listen, I've been on a TikTok rhythm. I think he's innocent. No, we'll cut it out. We'll cut it out. We're not going to cut it out. Listen, I've been going back and forth on this ever since the documentary and then the Michael. Like, am I a Michael Jackson apologizer now? I'm not really sure. I just don't know. We don't know what we don't know. Okay. And I'm not going to get into it because it's weird to talk about my child's birthday party and then like segue into Neverland, Finding Neverland, the doc, but whatever. For a few moments in a hormonal haze, I thought that a Neverland themed birthday party with a teppanyaki touch was going to be the best birthday party that I could possibly ever throw. It's not like I'd have a tickle room or a monkey, but yeah, we put the kibosh on that. So now we're just going to have a wholesome trip to Nashville instead. But where was I? What was the point of that? No point. Let's talk about Gwyneth Paltrow saying that a great substitute for dairy is arugula. She is the greatest star of our time. We can't touch her. You know what I love about Gwyneth Paltrow? Sometimes I get worried about celebrities and how the internet culture is going to shift and change them. Two people I don't worry about none, okay? Gwyneth Paltrow, Anne Hathaway. Those two, and honestly, like J-Lo too, they're unscathable. They're just going to keep on keeping on, and we love that for them. You know, it doesn't matter what the discourse says, people making fun of them, people making memes of them. Gwyneth is gonna Gwyneth, okay? Hathaway's gonna Hathaway. J-Lo's gonna J-Lo in her shabby chic, dust ruffle, undersized furniture home with trinkets aplenty. These gals, they're unshakable. They're heavyweights. They're celebrities. They're movie stars, okay? Is Gwyneth Paltrow rage baiting us, saying that arugula is a sensible substitute for dairy? I think that she has a magical touch where she says things earnestly that then gets taken away by the internet, and then she reclaims control by being in on the joke and self-aware. But do I think that was an intentional rage bait comment? Absolutely not. I think she says things very sincerely, and then, like I said, she just gets to reclaim them because Gwenny's being Gwenny. Speaking of internet culture, you know, I saw this kind of TikTok trend, manifesto, a rogue wave of dumbfuckery, okay, that I wanted to comment on. Maybe dumbfuckery isn't the word. Just like this new kind of manifesto that's hit the internet that I was so perturbed by. And I saw so many people I know posting kind of this narrative that kind of reinforces that if you're my friend in real life, but you don't support my presence on the internet, that you're not my real friend. Who did it? Am I going to name the puppy? God, some people I don't know. Oh, you know who did it? It was Kelty Knight. And I really like Kelty Knight. She's been nothing but lovely to me. I'm not trying to blow up her spot. But she posted a video, and I saw a bunch of other people posting this video that basically says, like, you know, if your friends in real life are not also hyping you up on the internet, they're not your real friends. I want to tell you a little story about Jackie Schimmel's 30th birthday, okay? It's a tale as old as time. I went wine tasting with all my best friends who have zero internet presence, and they have Instagram accounts. They're not on TikTok. They're not like content creators. They're just, like successful, normal people with real jobs. Okay. And we were at a beautiful winery having a gorgeous lunch that I had facilitated for everyone. And one by one, everybody went around the table and said the thing that they disliked most about me. And they were all really funny and light. Like nobody ended up crying. I wasn't in tears or shambles. I loved every second of it. So we're sitting around a beautiful table, having a beautiful lunch, drinking beautiful wine. And my friend Julian, who's like a brother to me, married to my very best friend in our life forever and ever and ever. Okay, super close. Looks at me and he's like, yeah, I'm going to unfollow you on Instagram. And I said, really? I said, first of all, you should be so lucky to follow me. It's a gift every day. And he's like, nah. He's like, I know you in real life. I get the real thing. I need new and interesting things to be absorbed on the internet. I don't want to see your fucking ads. And I said, okay, that's fair. And he just unfollowed me at my own birthday, on my own meal, at my own vineyard. Okay. Not really. Whatever. Semantics. And I thought, that's fair. And then I started thinking about it more and I said, maybe I'd be more comfortable on the internet if friends and family didn't follow me, because I do get embarrassed sometimes. And that's okay, because I care about people supporting me in real life. I could call any of my best friends and be like, hey, I need a $20 million wire transfer and you need to come over to my house at 4 p.m. with a shovel and some chicken wire. No questions asked. They'd roll through, okay? I've had the same friends my whole fucking life, okay? I still hang out with everyone I went to elementary school with, like on a regular basis. So I personally I don't correlate the two at all. And I find that kind of expectation to be performative. Like, I don't need my friends, like my real friends, like liking and sharing my things on the internet. I'd like them to turn a blind eye and keep it fucking moving personally. And I feel like that's just like kind of a dangerous wormhole. Like, they don't even like my posts. Okay, good for them. Who fucking cares, by the way? Like that, it shows a level, and I'm not calling out anyone specifically. This is just, I'm speaking from my own experience. And I just want us all to blink at each other and make sure that we've got like some type of a toe, a pinky toe, a half a toe, a millitoe on grass here, because this is ridiculous. It's all ridiculous. We're so lucky that people, strangers, even give a microfuck about anything we have to say. The fact that I'm talking about tile is crazy, and that somebody somewhere is listening is fucking crazy to me, okay? And I'm so aware of it, and I never want to lose that innocent sparkle. But there is a moment where we need to check in and be like, this ain't real. This is real. This doesn't matter. This matters. And yes, of course it matters. It's a career. It's how we make money, all of the things. But to be validated by people, period, the necessity of being validated both on the internet, well, mostly on the internet, for something that is so fluffy and stupid with filters and voiceovers and fonts and emojis, that's not real life. If your children are listening at home in the car, okay, don't do what I did. Go to school, get a real job. That's like having a friend that's a banker at Wells Fargo and them getting mad at you that you keep your money at Bank of America. That's what it's like. Like, let's zoom out. Let's stop taking ourselves so seriously. And let's compare it to just other genres of careers, okay? Like, if you have a friend that works at Trader Joe's and you prefer to buy your produce at Gelson's, I'm talking about me specifically because I know everyone at my local Trader Joe's, okay? Not the one with Captain Hook. I go to a different Trader Joe's now because I'm not trying to have any awkward run-ins. And I did get a beautiful new Raffia Paco Rabanne summer bag that I'd like to keep intact, especially if I have to resell it or consign it because I'm going poor from my backyard. But imagine my friends at Trader Joe's getting upset that I don't support them because I go to Gelson's to buy produce. You know why I go to Gelson's? I don't run into any estranged family members, okay? I get to have a beautiful solo shopping experience, catching up with my girls, but not catching up with, you know, a fucking great aunt I haven't seen in 37 years. So it's all kosher. It's all good. Let's just blink. Let's blink. Snap and blink, we're good. I love how I'm like, we shouldn't take ourselves so seriously, like touch grass, like be present. But then I'm also orchestrating a fraudulent charity Ponzi scheme, auctioning off like, broken phones to innocent bystanders to pay for outdoor textiles. It's all pretty sad. It's all pretty broken, but I want you to know you can count on me and you can trust me. Je suis. Thank you. Let me tell you, okay? My first trimester this time around was rough, okay? I was way more nauseous. I had way less energy. With so much going on, Rituals Essential Prenatal Multivitamin gave me one less thing to worry about. I took it through my entire pregnancy with Clyde. And I've done exactly the same thing with Crotch Goblin #2, okay? With their clinically backed multivitamin, I know I'm getting clean, traceable ingredients like choline, folate, and omega-3. Plus, Ritual aligns with whatever your new diet goals are. They are vegan, gluten, and major allergen-free, non-GMO, and do not use any synthetic colorants, okay? Ritual is the #1 best-selling prenatal, and it is no surprise why. It is the greatest hits of a multivitamin, and I also take their protein powder in my shakes. They have a pregnancy protein powder that you can just put in your drink in the morning, and you're getting everything you need. I started taking Ritual a million years ago because they're sensitive, stomach friendly, so they have like a delayed release capsule in a capsule, a little minty essence, so you can take them even if you're super nauseous and they're not going to upset your stomach, which is crucial. Do not settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/Bible. Start Ritual or add the Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That is ritual.com/Bible for 25% off. I'm back. I had to pause recording because we went over to my sister's for a little barbecue and she had to DoorDash a Fire Stick. She's house sitting my grandparents' house. So she made like some steaks, a shrimp cocktail, a beautiful surf and turf Father's Day dinner. And the outdoor TV wasn't working. And I was like, Ashley, if I'm going to leave my house on a Sunday, I need to have an alfresco entertainment experience. Like we have no more talking points and I don't want to have to work. I don't want to be on the clock on Father's Day, like generating questions, talking points, conversation starters. Like I've already run my mill. Like we have nothing else to discuss. When things get stagnant because you spend too much time with the same people and then it's just so much extra work, so much extra heavy lifting. Some people are comfortable with silence, and I've learned this about both me and my son. We like to fill the void. So we will come up with anything, anytime. It's a trade. It's my craft, really. So I said to my sister, I'm like, we need to get this TV working. I don't care if we need to roll some tinfoil into chopsticks and like shove it in our skulls and channel the aliens so that we can get Peacock. But like, I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to everybody, quite frankly. So we DoorDashed a Fire Stick. What was the point of this? Oh, we set it up. And after like 47 minutes, blood, sweat, tears, like kind of like low key fighting, we finally got it to work. And Ashley looks at me and she says, what should we put on? And like I said earlier, I've run through just all of the housewives, and so is my sister, and so is my brother-in-law. And Andrew asks too many questions, so his input doesn't really matter. Hey, Andrew, quiet on set. The passive-aggressive nature of this man, okay? My housekeeper has flown the coop to go visit family in Mexico. And now Andrew is doing a lot of passive-aggressive cleaning because I was like, listen, Andrew, here's the deal. I'm carrying your child. I'm a hoot and a half. I'm picking materials. I was in Alhambra last week. Like, I don't cook. I don't clean. Let me tell you, I do cook. I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring, okay? By not doing shit. I don't clean. Andrew asked me the other day, he goes, where's the Windex? I said, are you talking to me with a gun to my head? Couldn't fucking tell you. It's just, I've never done it, but now I'm really not doing it. You know what I mean? I'm like, because, I'm exaggerating all of my pregnancy symptoms, which, by the way, oldest trick in the book, girly girls, okay? If you're blessed and you're having an easy pregnancy, tell nobody. Tell fucking nobody. I have been lying about having sciatic nerve pain for months. Okay. I feel fine. I could run a marathon. I could literally do cartwheels, like back handsprings, okay, through open terrain in my backyard. Does that fucker know? Absolutely not. According to him, I have sciatic pain, circulation problems, fatigue, headaches, crippling headaches. Oh, I can't get out of bed. I have not gotten up with the child in the morning in 4 months. That's not an exaggeration, except for the month where Andrew left me for dead in my first trimester. Ever since he's been back on Southern California soil, I'm whispering because he's literally right outside, haven't done a damn thing. I tell him I can't lift anything, which is not true. I mean, I was literally hauling limestone pavers on my bare back, okay? When I need something done, I mean, I move mountains, but around this man, not a fucking thing. Happy Father's Day, everyone. So anyways, me and Ashley are setting up the fire stick and she says, what should we put on? I said, God, it's a good question. I said, I feel like we need to start season 3 Real Housewives of Orange County, where Tamara's first season, Gretchen's on the horizon, and Lynn Curtin and her fucky daughters in her cuffs. Is one of them, are they okay? Listen, what I do not know, I can't process. Lynn Curtin in her cuffs and her Hervé Leger bandage dresses. And these bitches are flexing so hard. I don't know if they had a deal with Intermix, but they're at Intermix every other episode buying these Hervé Leger bandage dresses, which is reason enough not to wear one Lisa Barlow. Remember when Lisa Barlow wore an Hervé Leger, like fringe Bloomingdale's gown to the reunion, and she's like, if you know, you know. It's like, no, I know. And I know that Lynn Curtin wore a version of that dress in 2005. So I do know, but thank you. And everyone's like, Baby Gorgeous is so good. Oh my God. It's like, we love her, but it's not a good song. Have you heard my pop ballad anthem for the masses? It's great. It's campy, but it's not Money Can't Buy You class, and it's not Feelin' Giovanni. It doesn't have the sticky hook. It's like the yacht rock of housewives, and I mean that as an insult. So anyways, we're landing this plane. I'm like, Ash, let's start season 3 Real Housewives of Orange County. And my sister looked at me. We had a lingering moment of silence, and she said, that's a great choice. Real Housewives of Orange County feels like summer. And I said, holy fucking shit. Nothing has ever made more sense than that. It does feel like summer. It makes you want to put a sky top on and have like shitty cupcake Chardonnay and find the worst hair colorist and do like a yellow box blonde with a frayed bang and a magenta lip and just live your damn life. And then they're in like Havasu. Oh, it's just so good. Anyways, that was my Father's Day, and now we're back. I am going to answer some residual questions from a very broken AMA. Here we go. What luxury good has become the new live, laugh, love symbol? That is such a good question. I think any Louis Vuitton bag. I've always said this. You're never really full if you're carrying the never full. Also, like a Goyard tote bag, any type of like an overtly designer tote bag, I think is pretty. It's not it. It's not cool. And I feel like there's a lot of conflictive nature over when is the appropriate time to wear a purse. Like a tote bag, if you must, that is a mama on the go, diapers in tow kind of carry all bag. You've got your books, you've got your coloring books, you've got your toys, you've got your diapers, you've got your snacks. Okay. Then there's a shoulder bag. I hate when I see a bitch at a wedding wearing a daytime shoulder bag. You can't wear a crossbody bag. And yes, you can do whatever you want. I hear it. If it's my body, my choice, my bag. You're so can I say something to you? If that's your response in your head, you're so fucking annoying. Yeah, you can. You can, but I'm going to find another bitchy girl at the wedding. I'm going to have a martini and I'm going to be like, this bitch in her bag, is she fucking crazy? Go on Amazon and get a little clutch, okay? Get a little clutch. If you're at a wedding, get a little clutch. Get an evening bag. There's a difference, okay? Don't wear a daytime bag that you could wear crossbody with a jean short to a fucking wedding. At least have the wherewithal to tuck the straps in and try to makeshift a clutch. But do not carry a little Louis Vuitton crossbody bag to a wedding with your midi dress and your sensible block heels, unless you're comfortable with me talking shit about you. What was the next question? What is the female equivalent to a man holding a fish in his dating profile? I'm not privy to the man holding a fish. I feel like, do men hold fish in dating profiles? Oh my God. Somebody kill me. Ew. I think men posing in front of cars is worse. There's nothing like, tell me you're unfuckable. Like just casually like posting up by a car. Oh my God, you have a car you drive? You want a gold sticker on your forehead? You micro-dicked fucking loser. Like could not care less. What is the female equivalent? I mean, I feel like things I would make fun of if I was perusing a dating profile, like any girl that's like holding up a mimosa like this, a head tilt and a drink, like a cheers, like that's pretty. I don't like that one bit. Hold on, let me take a sipple. It stings so good. Like any type of a perched beverage with a thick stem, get the fuck out of here. Or any type of like an overt, like a very angular, like hip placement, like a hand on hip with a head tilt and a drink, get the fuck out of here. No, it's not. No. And I cause it's both generic and tangible, but embarrassing. And I can't really explain it. What else would be just like absolutely appalling? I feel like that's it. That's because it shows no creativity or ingenuity. Which trend is currently being mistaken for a personality? Oh my God. So, like haircuts, like short haircuts when people are like, woo, like Dev Windsor, like, I cut bangs and now I have short little hair and my cunty little bob. Like you're late to the party, Leslie Bibb. Okay, like it's not a personality trait. And I also think, oh my God, literally everything. Because everything is a regurgitation of something else that you saw on TikTok that you thought you could really pull off and make your own. And I'm just sick and tired of it. Everyone thinks they're a fashion icon, an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, a prophet, a chef. It's so annoying. Just like look inward. This is why I'm wearing, okay. Everyone write this down and click on my link to shop. I am wearing a shirt from The Gap that is a 1992 Cure tour shirt and a Sensible bike short. And I've got a scrunchie on my arm and hope in my heart because this is the best I can do. And I think, oh God, these bitches on Instagram, they're ruining it for all of us. It's all the same. And everyone thinks that they're just really moving the fucking needle. And you're not. You're just not. So, and that's cool. Like, why do we need to move the needle? Why? For who? Why? When? What? It's stupid and it's annoying. I don't even remember what the question is. What social norm would collapse society if we all collectively stopped pretending to enjoy it? Which social? Like just being kind to others. Just like basic pleasantries, courtesies, small talk. What is the most sophisticated form of attention seeking? Probably like charity functions. I'm looking inward. I don't. That's like too hard of a question for me to answer. Oh, I can't answer that. Ooh, I can't answer that. What parenting trend will age the worst? Gentle parenting. tell me you had a traumatic childhood without telling me you had a traumatic childhood. It's hard to get the words out. I think there's a lot of careful, over-therapized parenting happening. And, we got to find a middle ground. I was told not to tell my son at a playground to be careful. And I was like, fuck you. Like, I was like, hey, bud, by the way, I'm the opposite of a hovercraft, okay? I let him spread his wings and plummet to the wood chips if he needs to. I'm very rough and tumble, like whatever, okay? But be careful. They're like, well, it signals your nervous system and then it instills fear. Okay, not every child is the same, so not every child needs to be parented the same, okay? My son is a rough and tumble broski, okay? He is one click away from enrolling in a fraternity. He's got frat boy energy, okay? So like sometimes I'll look at him, barely ever, and I'm just like, hey dude, be careful. It's not like, be careful. Are you okay? It's not reactive like that. I was just like, hey bud, be careful. And the woman's like, yeah, we don't really say be careful because it just unsettles their nervous system and instills fear. And instead we would say, watch out or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not like gonna think that much with my natural instincts. Like, let's put some time on the clock and let's see how they turn out, okay? And then call me the fuck back. But historically speaking, I feel like I got a good grapple on situations and people in general. And I'm going to tell my son to be careful if I fucking feel like it. And if you want to go have a therapy session with your like glue-eating weirdo kid who is 2 clicks away from shooting up in elementary school, then we'll talk. But until then, I'm going to say, hey, Clyde, be careful. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I think it's condescending and disrespectful to the children, okay? To the children. Unbelievable. What's going to happen? We don't yell. We don't say no. That's the other one. We never say no, okay? Good luck, babe. Call Chapel Rowan. Good luck, babe. I say no. I'm like, yo, dude, stop. Get out of here. Meanwhile, I also, I'm Victoria Beckham at Brooklyn Beckham's wedding. Okay, we will be dancing to, I don't know, probably the Dirty Dancing song or Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married. I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's going to be uncomfortable. I love that guy. He is I tell him every day, I'm like, you are my soulmate. You are my best friend. You are God's gift to the universe. Anyone that even gets to blink in the same square footage as you should get on their hands and knees and write you a fucking thank you note because you are an oracle. You are a messiah. You are the next coming of Jesus Cristo and the world doesn't fucking deserve you. But I'm also going to tell him to be careful once in a while. And if he has extreme childhood trauma from me telling him to be careful so that he doesn't fall off the side of a jungle gym, then we will bridge that gap at a later time. But until then, keep your opinions to your fucking self. Kaylee, thank you. Anyways, I've had a great time here today. Love you, and we will chat next week. Have a blessed day, everybody. Goodbye.
Hi, I'm Stassi Schroeder. On my podcast, I share candid updates from my personal life, chat with some of my best friends about what's going on in our lives, give commentary on the latest pop culture headlines, and sometimes deep dive into random topics I'm obsessed with, like human design. It's a bit all over the place, but that's how I like it. And you will too. Listen to my podcast, Stassi, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, and welcome to Pluto Phone. If you know the name of the movie you would like to see, just stream it for free on Pluto TV, where all your blockbuster favorites are landing all summer long. Catch Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Fantastic.
Men in Black, 1 through 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mean Girls.
Shut up.
Titanic.
I'm the king of the world!
And so much more. For showtimes, press nothing. They're free 24/7.
That is so fetch.
On Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.